Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Railway Empire Great Britain and Ireland Transport Revolution. We did get a new task last time out, let's take a look and see what that is. Reach a population of 100,000 in London. Okay, so we're going to need to get goods coming in here nice and quick. Now, I've already got apples coming in, and we've also got wood potential. Well, there's no demand for wood, so it won't ship wood yet. We do need another good going in there, though, either fish or wheat. Let's look at getting a wheat train in there. It's a hell of a long run, isn't it? It's actually, fish might be easier from here. The other AI still hasn't unlocked, so we're still under no competition for these that pop up. Actually, we got a spy as well, didn't we? Let's hire the spy. Still from Don Lorenzo this time. Let's take a look. See, this is all still blocked off, so we still can't go from here, but we can take fish from here. So, go with a large station so we can... I wonder... Yeah, let's go with a large station like that so we can link wood. We don't really need to. Let's go with a small station. Because we already have a source of wood being fed in. And let's run that in there. Need to get this fish up and running as quickly as we can. It's going to be a long bridge. We can afford it, though. It's not a financial issue. It's just expensive, that's all. We'll do it like that. That'll do. Run this along here. We need to get the fish into London as quick as we can because we do need that city to start growing, especially if we need to get a population of 100,000. So we'll be pumping in as many goods there as we can to get that city to grow as quick as we can. And on top of that, what we'll also do is put a museum in there at the first opportunity. As soon as we get that up to 60,000 people, we'll put the museum in, which will improve our demand by, or our supply and demand by, our percentage by 10%. So that'll increase how quickly the city will grow, going from 60 up to 100. We're going to need a supply tower on this. Let's stick the supply tower here. There we go. We should already have maintenance. Yes, we do. Maintenance here in London. Let's get that train up and running as quickly as we can. There we go. Let's put a John Bull on that. And we'll put a security guards on this train here. There we go. We can now get a freight connection up and running between London and Oxford. So we can get meat being transferred between the two as well. So this bottom line here is our freight connection. So we want that to run out on that line. And then come back on that one. Oh, we've unlocked the Derwent. That's good. I was looking at maybe buying that with unlock points. We don't need to now. Let's make that a freight train. There we go. And we'll add in the brand new Derwent. It's a little bit slower than the John Bull, but has a lot more tractive power. So I'm probably going to upgrade all my city-to-city connections with this train here. So let's take a closer look at the Derwent. One of the new DLC trains. There it is. And let's cycle through for our city-to-city connections and upgrade those to Derwents as well. We're not planning on building up near Norwich, so we'll cancel that. Manchester to Birmingham. Should be a John Bull. It is. Let's upgrade that to a Derwent as well. We'll keep the side connections as the ones that go off to these small rural businesses, we'll keep those as John Bulls for now. That's in Ireland. We're not even going to get to Ireland, I don't think. These are all regionals. There's not many city-to-city connections by the look of it. There's one. I think that's a passenger service. It is. There we go. There's a freight. Liverpool to Manchester. New loco. Make them Derwents. Make that one a Derwent as well. And that's it. That's the whole lot of them. Let's take a look at the other staff. Hire the engineer and the security guard. 6% increase in speed. So we want that on a long run. That's a nice boost in our freight prices there. 8% as well. What's the other one? A mediator. Don't need a mediator yet. So, do we have freight running between Birmingham and Oxford? Not yet. I'm not quite hitting our demand there yet either. What are we missing? What else can we throw in there? We can throw wood in there. We've got potatoes going in. Do we have freight running back and forth between Liverpool and Birmingham? We do. Let's upgrade that train to a Derwent, and we'll put an engineer on that one for a speed boost as well. Let's get a direct freight connection between those two as well. Start it in Birmingham to Liverpool. So we want to go out on the lower lines. So we want to go out on that line and then come back in on that line there. Freight only. Put a Derwent on that one and a security guard as well. That's just waiting for track clearance. Full house at the moment. One train being maintained. 3 other trains loading and unloading. There is our brand new Derwent there. I think, nope, that's the Robinson one. Where is our new freight train? There it is. That's the one we've just created. Okay, we need to improve this again. So let's expand again. And now we also need to make sure we've got more wool making its way in there. We've only got the one wool train at the moment by the look of it. Yes, we do. So let's clone that train. There we go. Oxford. What extra goods is Oxford missing? Because that's not growing yet. Wants fish and or wheat. Do we have a wheat connection? No, we can do fish though. So let's get a fish train running into Oxford. And again, we want that to be on this bottom line here. So it wants to go out on that line there. And then come back in on that line. And run a John Bull on that. I suppose we could have put a Derwent on that, but never mind. London is growing. That's good to see. I'm going to buy this brewery as well. Oh, wow. Maybe not. It's already upgraded. That's way too expensive. We'll make money off it when we buy it, but it's just going to cost so much. Just not worth it at the moment. What about this meat town? It's going to cost me $500,000 to buy that. Not really sure. Northampton's growing. Nottingham's growing. That's good. Good to see. Birmingham is stalled. What Birmingham's short of? Woods, dairy, all that stuff. Oh, that's a point. Our dairy farm here. Let's expand the industry. Expand it twice. There we go. Start producing a lot more cheese that we can then ship out as freight to other towns. That should hopefully as well improve the fulfillment of demand in the city. Tailors are not getting enough materials. How is our weaving factory doing? That's not getting any raw material in. I've only got the one train. We need to duplicate that train. There we go. I think we could probably do with expanding that as well. It's going to be very expensive, but needs to be done. The increase in production in fabrics will then go through to Liverpool. You can see Liverpool's demand being fulfilled at a higher rate now. I'm tempted to take that museum out. We're at 115,000 people. We could take that out and put in a university. Increase our point demand. Our point creation. Let's do that. How much is it going to cost me to tear it down? Nothing. Okay. Let's tear it down. Put in a university. Let's put the university here. And increase our innovation point gain a little bit. Don't need a headhunter. Where is our freight train between our two cities? There's a lot of freight trains. Is that it? Birmingham to Liverpool. It is. We'll just leave that as the one for now. There's Stoker as well. Okay. Do I have freight running between these two towns? No, the only freight I have running between Birmingham and Oxford is the pig train. So we could do with getting some freight running between those two. There isn't really anything that they share at the moment in terms of freight needs, though. I don't think these guys have got demand for fabric yet. No, they don't. Not till 35,000 when they'll have a demand for tweed. What about across here? Again, it's just meat and meat at the moment. Meat and meat. So there's no real supply there. London can start shipping cider out to others. I'd like to buy it, but it's just so expensive. It's coming down in value a little bit. Let's try and jump on it when it's nice and cheap. It's going through a little slump at the moment. It's going back up again. Let's start the bid now. No one else is bidding against us because there is no one else to bid yet. So it's a very expensive purchase, but we'll make some really nice tidy profit off that. Especially when we upgrade it. Which we can't do just yet, but we can start shipping. We're already shipping to Oxford. Let's trade back to Birmingham and back. So again, we want to be on the freight lines. So it wants to go out on this line here and then come back in on that line there. Route options, freight. Put a Derwent on that one. We'll put an engineer, improve the maintenance. Stoker will hopefully give us speed. No, reliability improvement, but does not get on with our engineer, which is not good. I'm going to hire it just for a second, and the security guard. Does the security get on with either of them? No, neither of them do. So let's take the Stoker off. Where is my freight train between the two? Is that it? London to Oxford, yeah. Put the Stoker on that one. And I'll put the other security guard on that one as well. Nottingham grows again. So we can now put a new business in here. Now this is going to be important because we need to make sure that whatever we put in here is something that complements the cities surrounding. And also we need to plan ahead, make sure that we're not putting in something that another city nearby is going to need as well. So makes sense to maybe put fabric here in London. Although that's locked off, so maybe not. Wood would be a good idea to have coming in here. Maybe put planks in London. And then we could do maybe cabinets in Oxford as a goods to switch back across between the two. Those could then go out that way. We could maybe put planks in Northampton as well, and then we could get maybe the other way around. Maybe we were to put planks in these two, or even paper in one of them. Actually, let's see. We've got a sawmill. Ooh, we can make a distillery. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a distillery here in Nottingham. Because we can get the planks from here, from Manchester, and the wood from here. You know, just in for general wood going into the city. But we've also got the grain coming in here as well. So that can make a distillery. We could even then put a sawmill up in either Northampton or Birmingham. I would say probably Northampton, given that's where the wood farm is, just there. And then that could ship planks that way as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a distillery here in Nottingham. Let's plonk it there. Do I have goods running between our two cities yet? No, I don't. So let's get a freight line running from Manchester through to Nottingham. That's all good. Change that to freight. Let's put a Derwent on that line. Checking I've got no available staff. No, good. They're all assigned. A mediator. Again, don't need a mediator. I need to get a supply of planks going in. So Northampton will put a plank business in as soon as the city hits 40,000, which is pretty close, as you can see. So that'll be a nice complementary trade between those two. How are we doing down in London for growth? 80% fulfillment of demand. Good. That's going to grow nice and quickly. We've got some more points available. Let's see what is up. Accelerate train maintenance. Yes. Faster we get them in and out of the stations, the faster we can turn those trains around. No use for either of those, really. Oh, actually... If I want to buy a really big business that's doing a lot of turnover and is valued very high, I could take 25% off the cost of it, but that would have to be a business that's over 800,000 for that to even be worth me doing. I don't think I have a business. Let me check. Yeah. What about the brewery in here? Oh, that's way too expensive. Can't afford it. I'm going to duplicate that freight train because I want not just to be shipping alcohol with the cider, but I want to be shipping planks as well. Where is one of my passenger trains? Let's just jump on that for a second. Yep, let's throw that staff member on there. I want another one that doesn't have a conductor. There's got to be one somewhere. There we go. We're still not running passenger services into London yet. We need to sort that out soon as well. I'm trying to think what else I need to do. Oxford's growing nicely. That's good. Closest Northampton to levelling up. Not too far. Northampton needs booze. Let's run freight through to Northampton from London. That's on the right lines already. That's good to see. Oh, we actually have a freight train running through already. Oh, that's from Hill Forest Isles. Oh, that's just... okay, so yeah, this... nuts. I've got to find the train that I never actually finished now. There it is. London to Northampton. Make sure that's a freight train. Make sure it's on the right platforms. It is there. Yep, okay. Stick a Derwent on that. And now we can ship some alcohol into here. Because they have a shortfall of that. They're after fabric as well. Everyone's after fabric. Still no planks coming in. Where's my second freight train? Is that it? That's the first one, I think. Where's the second one? Maybe that is the second one. Ah, but look at this. Look, Manchester to Nottingham. Now it's on the second run. This first train's making its second run. It's taking a mixture. It's taking some fabric and it's taking some planks as well, which means we're going to start getting some distillery stuff up and running. Getting a nice supply of meat going back that way as well. It's really starting to come along. What is our meat supply like in here? Plenty at the moment. Northampton's got to be getting close. Northampton's overloaded with meat. So the ability to start shipping that out to London is going to help. You see, didn't we just put one of those in? Northampton's grown. So we want a plank business in here. Sawmill, sawmill, sawmill. Let's stick that there. And run that into there. Straightforward back and forth. Question is, do I put it on the top lines or do I put it on the bottom lines? Let's put it on these lines here, because these aren't being utilised at the moment. And we've got a few trains running on the other one already. So leaving Hill Forest Isles wants to go out on that line and then come back in on that one. There we go. That's taking wood. Excellent stuff. Oxford slowly climbing up to 35,000 people. London's getting higher and higher as well. So what business do I need to put into London next? Maybe a furniture maker, if there's a furniture making business available, which means we'll probably put planks here in Oxford as well, so that we can then ship those back and forth that way. And not worry about the planks from Northampton. I mean, some will go to London, but most will end up going to Nottingham. Do I have a freight train running between? No, just preserve trains. So we need to get a freight train running between Nottingham and Northampton, so that we can get those planks delivered in there. Security guard available. Excellent stuff. Nothing available yet, because we're not producing many planks yet. Let's expand the industry. Nice and cheap to expand this business. And now let's look at maybe expanding the distillery as well. That's Scotland. We're nowhere near Scotland. Dundee is useless to us. Expand a bit more expensive. There we go. God, Nottingham's almost at 50,000 already. Birmingham has slowed down a bit. What's Birmingham missing? Yeah, quite a few things. Do I have a freight connection between... no, I don't. No freight between Nottingham and Birmingham yet. So let's get that set up. So many of these little auctions that pop up that we can take advantage of before the competition moves in would be amazing. I need to sort this out. So it's going out on the right line, and then from Birmingham needs to come back on that line. There we go. This needs to be freights. I've got another conductor available. Let's find a passenger service that doesn't have a freight conductor yet. They're out there. Just gotta find them. So many train services running. There we go. Look how much cash we're up to now already. I want to see how much the other suppliers are worth at the moment. Their shares aren't too bad. I mean, look at the price of 33 million. Wow. If these guys come in at this price, we'll be able to buy them up almost immediately. I wonder if it's going to... I get the feeling it's going to match their value to us when we go in, or at least similar to us. So the more expensive our company, the more expensive theirs are going to be when they start. Another conductor. Suppose we really should start looking at routing down into London as well. So let's look at that. So from Oxford, we then want to go to... Actually, let's find Manchester, Birmingham 1. There it is. So from Oxford, we then want to go to London. We're going in and out on the wrong lines, I think. No, that's the right line. That's good. And then from London back to Oxford. And the rest is all fine and dandy. So save and exit. So from Oxford to London, back to Oxford. There we go. Next. London and Oxford. Look at that, we're shipping out alcohol in both directions now, to Manchester, and I also saw some going into Birmingham, so that's good to see. So that's our Manchester trains taken care of, or our passenger trains taken care of. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. I just saw some growth somewhere. Oxford has grown, so we're going to put another plank business here as well. I think, because I'm thinking about having... Actually, no, I could go paper instead. Yeah, let's put a paper mill in. Something a little bit different, but still a wood-based product. That'll work out quite nicely. I should have... Yeah, Hill Forest Isles is already running from there. Let's duplicate that train now. Actually, no, let's leave it a little while longer, but we do have the ability to now ship wood in there. Which means we can put a publishers in here. Hell, we could maybe even put a factory, sorry, a furniture making business in here as well. Or we could maybe put that in Northampton. A market crier. Let's improve comfort for passengers. So I've done all my passenger trains on this run into Oxford, which then go into London. We don't have any passenger trains running through here yet. I've got one... Where's my passenger line? I've got one that runs from Northampton to Nottingham, or Nottingham to Northampton. So let's edit this train. So that wants to go from Northampton to London. And wants to go out on that line. And then come back on that line. Something's not right here. Let's start the whole line from scratch. So start in Nottingham, go out that way. So from Nottingham it wants to go out on that line, like so. And then from Northampton, it wants to go to London. And from London, it wants to go on, or from Northampton, wants to go out on that line. Okay, that's making more sense. From London, it then wants to... Oh, wait. It's coming through here. It wants to come out on this line as well. There we go. And then the return journey goes through there. And there. And there. There we go. Right. Lots of waypoints. A little bit complicated, but done. We want to get a couple of those trains running nice and quickly. Watch what happens to the first one. Is he turning around? Yeah, he's coming back again, look. So he's going to go back to Nottingham, and then he'll start the route proper. Changes to line discarded. I didn't know I'd made any changes. London grows. Excellent. So put a publishers in here. So do we have freight running between London and Oxford? Yes, we do. We'll just keep it at the 1 for now. I do need to expand the paper mills. Produce more paper. We can't afford to buy anything with our research points yet on that one. Oh, we've got this one here as well. Reduce the construction of buildings, factories, etc. I wish I'd bought that earlier. I completely forgot about the company and construction tab. That would have made buying our businesses cheaper. Never mind. What other stuff have we got? A new conductor. A new accountant. So this one here reduces the price of new engines by 18%. That's by 13%, but crucially also does not get on with our station master, or doesn't not get on. There's no bonus, so there's no point buying that accountant or hiring that accountant. We are good as we are. Where are my new passenger trains that I've got set up? There's one of them. Managed train. Let's put an engineer and a stoker and a conductor. And then we get a bonus there, which will make the train even faster. Where's the other one? No, the other one's just pulling in now, I think. Yes. Nottingham to London 1. Let's clone the train. And put a conductor on that train as well. That train's whizzing along. I forget how much faster those Fireflies are now. They really do whiz between the stations. As soon as that one reaches Northampton, we're going to clone it again. Just waiting at the signals there. There he goes. So we'll clone train. There we go. Excellent stuff. Got some planks on the way over. We are making money at a very, very nice rate already. Let's expand our publishing as well. Good stuff. Right, we need to increase our brewery if we can now. Seeing as we're shipping alcohol off to a number of different places. Nottingham hits 60,000 already. Nice. Let's go with the university. There are actually two universities in Nottingham. There's the University of Nottingham, or City of Nottingham University. I'm not sure what the actual name is. And then there's Trent Bridge University as well, which is the second uni. That's actually right opposite where I live. Just literally the other side of the road. Every time I look out the window, it's there. Connection bonus here. Oh, that's quite a big bonus as well, isn't it? We don't need this wood connection, but that's a hell of a cash bonus. Can't really say no to that. Beautiful. And then we'll get our money back for the bits that we just dropped in as well. There we go. Look how much money we have. This is brilliant. Up to 43,000, 43,500 people here. Fulfillment of demand, currently 63%. Can we boost that? What else can we throw in there? Oh, beef. We can start throwing beef in. We have that beef connection there. There is no other beef connection yet. Let's look at getting beef up and running. Now, this is where it's going to be interesting, is trying to get this set up. And I have actually spoken to Calypso and passed on my suggestion of a fast, or fine control for rotating of stations here, and they said they're going to look at it and hopefully they'll be able to implement it. I don't know if that ever happened, but they are aware of the suggestion and they have passed it on to the relevant people. So fingers crossed we will see a fine rotation option coming in the future. But what I want to try and do, I want to build it up here because of the height of the hill. I want to build it down where it's lower, so kind of about here, I suppose. Again, I'm thinking of gradients, you see. If I put that about there. What I want to see if I can do is bring this through like this. It is possible to actually cross the tracks. The angle has to be just right though. I pull this back across to here. Something weird is going on here. Something very weird is going on here. If I try and go to track construction, it keeps crashing me out. Right, okay, so I'm on the track planning screen. Where am I? That's in Scotland. Why am I all the way up here in Scotland? That's Ireland. There we go. Now we're getting back down south again. Yeah, okay. That's better. I can move again now. Oh, it's frozen me again. It really doesn't like this for some reason. I'm not quite sure what is going on here. But it's completely crashed me out here. I think I might have to give up on trying to do this. For whatever reason, it's not letting me put the track in. It keeps freezing my game up and... Oh, there we go. So let's cancel that idea. Oh look, we've got this spare platform here, haven't we? I completely forgot all about that. Never mind. Ignore all of that. In fact, we'll actually take that out. And we'll put in just a small station. And we'll put it in at a... Let's see. Actually, I could, and I will. I put in a station there like that. It's up the hill, so that means it's going to be steep gradients, but... I can bring this line down here and connect that in this way. Smooth those curves out a bit. There we go. What I can do is I can swing this around. Am I using all of my platforms over there? Yes, I am. Let's see. There's already beef going into Birmingham, so I don't have to worry about Birmingham. The first line I've just dropped in can supply Oxford and can also supply London. And then this one can supply Northampton and Nottingham. So this one wants to come in here. Need to curve this around a bit more. There we go. Don't want to disrupt the signals that I've already got in place, so let's plonk it just here instead. There we go, that should work. We can change the angle a little bit. That works. So let's bring this around this way. There we go, and then same again over here. Get our beef connection running there. Move to you too, Mr. Cow. Let's signal this up. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't... it kept freezing up my system while I was trying to do that originally, but in a way, it's probably a good thing that it allowed me to sort of reassess the connection I was trying to put in and go, you know what, that's probably not a necessary or needed connection anyway. Bit odd. I was a little concerned that it was going to crash and my game and I'd lose my progress for this, you know, last 45 minutes or so of work, but we got away with it in the end. There and there. Spacing and spacing. There we go. We're going to need supply towers, so let's drop one. There. And the other one there. Let's get some beef trains running. So let's get one going into Oxford. Let's get another one going into London. That's running on the right lines there. That's good. Put Stoker on that one to speed it up a bit. Let's get one going into Northampton. And get one going into Nottingham. And that's going on the freight lines. Good stuff. Right, not much beef being produced. This is going to be a very busy business, so we're going to buy this. There we go, and immediately we're going to upgrade that. Like that. Market crier available. Yep, let's do mail this time. Go safety. If ever you're not sure, safety is mail and then comfort is passengers. Oh, they've got a demand for spuds now in London. Where is our nearest spud connection? It's all the way up there. Look, that's a long way to go for spuds. We have got a dairy here we could look to supply down. I mean, London is still growing at 64%. It's not as high as it could be. We've got beef about to go in there as well, though. That's going to improve the situation a little bit. Where is the London beef train? I think that's it there, actually. No, that's the Oxford beef train. Oh, that might be it there. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to get some beef going, and that'll improve the fulfillment of demand. We should see that going up in just a moment. You can just see in the little postcard window there, the beef train pulling in and unloading. And immediately we're up to 65% now that we have beef in there. 66, so that's going up, that's good. We want to keep that percentage as high as we can until we hit 60,000, so we can then get a museum, a museum in there, which will add 10% to our fulfillment of demand percentage and make things really good. And speed up how quickly London grows as well. Not so worried about Oxford or Nottingham or Northampton. We can put universities in those ones. This one's about to grow just a few hundred people more. About 9,000 people needed there. Birmingham has stopped again. That's dropped quite low, actually. What is missing in Birmingham? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is missing. Alright. I'm not getting enough dairy in. Didn't I put a second dairy train in? No, I didn't. I thought I had. I thought I'd cloned that train. Oh, I have now. There we go. And that, I think... Oh, as Northampton hits... Let's stick a university in Northampton. Again, just to increase our income in innovation points. So we started off only making, I think, 12 points per month. And we're now up to 28. Thanks to those universities. They are really helping us out. A quick check as a stoker and... no one else useful. I'm going to throw a stoker on that train there. And we're going to call it an episode just there. We've made some really good progress. We've routed in some extra goods, added in some extra businesses and upgraded some businesses. And more importantly, we've promoted some healthy growth here in London. Now up to 72% and just 11,500 people away from getting 60. So we're a good chunk of the way that we need to go. and we have plenty of time left before we need to hit 100,000 as well. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more Railway Empire, Great Britain and Ireland Transport Revolution very soon.